So for a roast beef, you can use all sorts of different cuts. You can use eye round roast, rump roast, top round, bottom round roast. But what I'm going to be using today is going to be a sirloin tip roast. Now the main thing with roast beef is you want one of those cuts that is on the lean side and ends up being more tough when cooked. Because with roast beef, it's not really going to matter too much because we're slicing it so thin that it's not going to be tough. That's not going to be an issue. But with all these different cuts of meat, they have a fantastic beefy flavor to them. And that's really what you want in a roast beef. You want that really strong beefy flavor. So look for one of those leaner, tougher cuts in a roast form, and that is what you're going to want to use for your roast beef. So like I said, today I'm going to be using a beef sirloin roast, tip roast. So this isn't just any regular sirloin tip roast. This is from Ozark Valley Beef. You've probably seen me use their products on my channel before. They have some of the best quality meat you can buy. It is American Wagyu beef. So it's a mix between the Japanese Wagyu and something like a Black Angus. So you get really nice marbling, but you still get some delicious beefy flavor. So like I said, their products are fantastic. Their cattle are raised super ethically. I just really can't recommend this company enough. Their prices are a little expensive, but you are getting what you pay for. You are getting super ethical raised cattle and a delicious end product. Like I said, I haven't really found beef that tastes better than the Ozark Valley beef. So I'll make sure to leave a link down here along with a discount code where you can get 15% off your order from Ozark Valley Beef. Definitely check them out, guys. But let's go ahead and get this opened up. I'll show you how nice this piece of meat looks, then we'll get it seasoned and ready to cook. So with these more leaner type of meats, roast beef is an option I love to do. You can always go the pot roast kind of way, but I am a huge fan of the roast beef. It's just something a little different than a traditional slow cooker with these pieces of meat. I'm sure you can do something like a chuck roast where you cook it like a brisket. The only issue with that is there's not too much fat in these pieces of meat usually, so it can tend to dry out on you. So I'm just gonna pat this dry, and you can see this piece of meat. This has some fantastic marbling in it. This is not normal for a traditional sirloin tip roast. This is because it's that Ozark Valley beef Wagyu, American Wagyu, so it's got some fantastic marbling in this. So this is going to be a delicious piece of roast beef. Let's go ahead and get this seasoned up. Now for a roast beef, I keep it super traditional, just salt and pepper, because we really want that beefiness to stand out as well as smokiness, because a traditional roast beef usually isn't smoked, but today we are going to be smoking this. I'm going to be smoking it on my Z-Grill's pellet cooker. It's a great option for doing roast beef. So we're going to want a good amount of salt. It's a big piece of meat, and since we're slow cooking, it's going to give time for that salt to penetrate into this whole piece of meat. You could also dry brine this if you want. Season it with salt overnight and really let that salt penetrate, but I found it's not too necessary. And we're going to go on with our black pepper. This is going to help give this thing a beautiful crust. And since we're going to be cutting it so thin, you're really not going to get too much on each bite. So again, go pretty good with the seasoning here. You could always add other things, whatever you're into. Garlic powder probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Like I said, I'm really just want that beefy flavor with a nice peppery crust. That's just a traditional roast beef style. All right, so that looks like a good amount of black pepper. So the sirloin tip roast is all set for this Z-Grill's pellet grill. Now I've already got it all warmed up, so let's go ahead, bring this right outside, and we will throw it on the cooker. All right, let's get this opened up. We're gonna throw this tip roast right on the middle of the grill there. All right, so I want to monitor temp on this pretty closely. So I'm gonna stick my temp probe, try and get it right in the middle. Should be good right there. So that's the temp probe that connects to my Z-Grill, so I'll be able to monitor it on the grill as well as my phone. But let's go ahead and get this closed up and let it smoke. All right, so we got that sirloin tip roast on the pellet cooker. I've got it set to 275 degrees. Now I've tried different temperatures when cooking it, and you can do it at like a 225, but you don't get that crust because you're not cooking it long enough. We're gonna bring this up to about 125 degrees, so it's going to cook pretty quickly. So I bumped the heat up to 275, which allows it to build somewhat of a crust while also still giving it some nice smoky flavor. Now, as you know, with traditional roast beef, it's usually cooked to around a rare temperature. That's when you get those nice red slices of roast beef that are absolutely delicious. Now, you can cook it a little bit longer if you want, if you don't like it more rare. For me, what I usually do with the roast beef is I cook steak and cheese with it. So it ends up being cooked more after it's sliced anyway. So if it's a little more on the rare side, it's not too big a deal for me. And steak and cheese is a fantastic option for some homemade roast beef. It comes out delicious. Like I said, we're at 275 and we're gonna let this go till about 125 degrees. So I have the Wi-Fi model pellet grill from Z Grills. It is a fantastic pellet grill. I have a full review on it. I will leave a link at the end of the video if you want to check it out, but it is a fantastic pellet grill. It's Wi-Fi, like I said, so it has the capability to connect to my phone, and I can monitor cooks anywhere I have internet access, as well as adjust temperatures on the grill. So that is an awesome feature. So I'm going to be able to set up an alarm on my phone since it's hooked up to the temperature probe on the grill, and I'll tell it to notify me around 120 degrees so I can get ready to pull it off. But as usual, I'm going to double check it with an instant read thermometer, just because a lot of times the probe isn't directly in the middle. I like checking in a few different spots to make sure it's at least up to 125. Like I said, it's a simple cook. It'll be a delicious roast beef when it's done, but we're gonna go ahead and let that thing cook on there till we get up to around 120 to 125 degrees. So once we reach that temperature, I'll bring you right back outside to check out how this sirloin tip roast beef is coming along. All right, so we're 2 hours in on the tip roast. See, it's looking really nice. The reading I got on the Z Grills is about 128 degrees, a little hotter than I wanted, but let's go ahead and check this. So we are at 130 degrees, a little warmer than I wanted, but we're gonna go ahead and pull this off. Then I need to let this cool down a bit, probably let it sit out for about 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna throw it in my fridge so it gets nice and cool, and that's gonna make it easier to slice. So I'll see you out to get it sliced up once it is cooled off. All right, so this came up to 130 degrees, a little warmer than I would like for the roast beef, but not going to be an issue at all. So I let it sit on my counter for about 45 minutes to an hour to drop in temp naturally. Then I went ahead and threw it in my fridge for a few hours because it's just a lot easier to slice up when it's cold. You can see this thing has a very nice bark on it. This is going to be some good roast beef for sure. If you have a nice sharp knife, you can go ahead and just do slices by hand if you want, but I've got a deli slicer that works pretty decently. It's not the best, but it does make quick work of this, so that's what I'm going to be using today. We'll get this to the side. We'll get our roast beef. Throw it on our tray here. Won't need that. I'm gonna set my thickness. I want this pretty thin, right about there. Not sure what the measurements are, but it's gonna be pretty thin. So, all right, so we're gonna turn this on, start slicing. Now you can see why I don't like this deli slicer that much. Leaves a lot hanging off the bottom here, but you still get some decent slices. So let's go ahead and throw this on the board. I'll just have to keep pulling this off and kind of giving it a trim to kind of square it up. Still works pretty good though, so I'm usually happy with that. See, we got some nice slices of roast beef here. Still pretty rare, even though it was pulled off at 130. This stuff is going to be good. All right, so super happy with how this came out, but let's go ahead, give a little piece of this a try. That's good. It's got nice smoky flavor to it. But that Ozark Valley beef, like I've said before, is just so good. It has such a rich, beefy flavor. Again, highly suggest them. And if you're interested, I'll leave their website with the coupon code down below here for you to check them out. Can't say enough good things about them. Their beef is such good quality. But this is an easy roast beef recipe, and you'll have great results even if it's not that Ozark Valley beef. And you can get these cuts of meat for pretty cheap, and you saw it's a very easy cook. If you don't have the deli slicer, just get a nice sharp knife and do your best to take thin slices. They don't need to be perfect slices, you know, it could be pieces. But like I said, I'm a big fan of taking stuff like this and making some steak and cheese with it, grill it up in the skillet or on the flat top with some peppers and onions, and you have a fantastic meal. I like to slice all this up, then put it into little vacuum sealed bags so I can easily just take a bag out and make some steak and cheese. It's absolutely delicious. But you can make all sorts of different recipes with this using the roast beef. You could just make a delicious roast beef sandwich if you want with this, but like I said, I'm a fan of steak and cheese. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe right over here, and I'll leave that Z Grills review video over here for you along with another great barbecue video. But most importantly, get out there and smoke something good.